What's going on, everybody? Y'all miss me? It's been a tumultuous last 3 weeks or so. I appreciate everybody hanging in there, waiting for me, being patient. Your prayers, I felt them. I felt everybody's prayers coming through the air for me. Yeah, so we're gonna let some more people log on here. But I'll just talk to y'all. Hey, if you need to talk to me in the comments, let me know. In the last few weeks, I wasn't seeing the comments. So, if you have any problems hearing me or seeing me or anything like that, let me know. Let me know, guys. So, let me keep messing with these settings over here. And then, yeah, we'll wait for some more people to come on here. Stand by. All right. So what's up, Dialysis disciples? What's up, Dialysis disciples? Hold on. My wife said I'm not streaming yet. All right, guys, hold on, TikTok people. I'm trying to get this Facebook thing crack-a-lacking over here. All right, we're gonna go in, y'all. We're gonna go in. If you're on Facebook and you're not seeing me, will be a replay, but it's time to get cracking. It's time to get cracking, guys. So, what's up, Dialysis disciples? As you all know, if you see me looking at this camera, talking to my TikTok people, what up? If I'm looking at this camera, it's my Facebook people. What's up? So if you're tuning live, go ahead and put a team live in the comments, in the chat. If you're catching the replay, drop team replay so I can circle back and say what's up to you, right? If you're new here, my name is Troy Sneed. I help kidney warriors reclaim their energy, their peace, and their strength so they can thrive rather than merely survive on dialysis. Now, I know some of y'all have been wondering where I've been. I had a toe infection to survive on dialysis. Now, I know some of y'all have been wondering where I've been. I had a toe infection. And but through God's grace, I'm healing, I'm home, and I'm back at it. I'm back at you. Talking to you, teaching you, encouraging you, things like that. So I want to thank everyone for their prayers and your patience and your loyalty, right? Y'all are family. All right, so today we're going to talk about something that's really not talked about enough in the dialysis community, right? And that's nausea. If you ever sat in a chair and felt like, you felt your stomach flip over or your head starts spinning and you just had to push through, and you push through because you needed your treatment, even though maybe you felt like throwing up, like you already know what it is. And it goes beyond just being uncomfortable. It's straight up miserable, right? But here's the thing. You don't got to live with constant nausea, y'all. There's reasons behind it. And today, I'm going to give you 6 reasons. There's reasons behind it. And today, I'm going to give you 6 reasons you keep feeling nausea. On dialysis, off dialysis, just being a dialysis warrior. and a couple ways to start feeling better, and things to look at and recognize before the nausea hits, right? Who's ready to dig in? Who's ready to dig in? Let me get some ones in the chat. Give me one in the chat. Ready to dig in. All right. So let me ask you this. Like, have you ever gone to the treatment, like you feel okay, like, but then halfway through you start feeling queasy and weak, and if you snack, you can't snack, and your whole body just feels like, what is going on? And it's just like, or maybe you just feel a random wave of nausea out of nowhere, right? And you're not even at dialysis, and that's frustrating, especially when you know where it's coming from and what to do about it, right? But check this out, you're not alone. Like, you ain't crazy. Nausea is a common thing for dialysis warriors, right? But it's not normal, right? So if it's happening, there's ways you can protect against it, right? And there's a difference between, nausea that comes on the machine and nausea that comes off the machine, right? And it's important to understand like what's behind it and how to fix it, right? So who's ready to dig in? So today we're going to talk about, I'll give you 6 reasons you're feeling nauseous on dialysis. So reason 1, right? Who's ready for in the chat? Reason 1. Give me 1 in the chat. All right, let's dig into it, right? So the first reason, and there's many reasons, we're just going to talk about 6 today, right? It's poor, like your nourishment, your whole nutrition system is poured out of whack, right? Your whole electrolyte imbalance, right? Electrolytes meaning, all of your potassiums and phosphoruses and all the things they tell us to watch and avoid. But quite frankly, we need a lot of that stuff. So when you go about avoiding it, right, you may have the type of body or personality that avoids it too much, right? So when your body's body whole out of whack, including your stomach and your gut, right? So potassium, and even high phosphorus, right? Any of those lead to nausea. I know a lot of the doctors, they come around, they talk about these numbers, but from their perspective, they're just talking about, their doctor perspective and what they learned or what they read in a book mostly, right? But they can't really tell you how it's going to make you feel because they've never felt it, right? So a lot of times when your numbers are out of whack, the doctor just say, hey, your numbers are out of whack, take your binders, or don't eat chocolate or whatever, or don't eat oranges. But they're not relating that to how you're feeling right now, right? So, so can not eating the right food, so maybe you're not eating the right foods before or after treatment, right? Sometimes you're not eating enough. Other times you might be eating too much. Or I know a lot of times if you are going to dialysis and maybe you stop for a bite or you bring a bite, if you eat a whole lot, right, before you go to the dialysis, your body doesn't like that, right? Some of us react with rapidly dropping low blood pressure, but some of us react by getting nauseous, right? So I know if you remember Fresenius, they always come around and they bring your labs, right? So like when you get your labs, don't see what's high, see what's low. And when the dietitian comes around, ask some questions for her. Don't see what's high, see what's low. And when the dietitian comes around, ask some questions for her. Don't just take it for granted. Okay, I'm here at dialysis. The dietitian comes around. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, okay, see you. The dietitian comes around. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, okay, see you next time. Right? Use that to ask some questions. And if you're feeling nauseous, say, hey, whatever the dietitian's name is, I've been getting nauseous before treatment, after treatment, or before bed, or after bed. And let them talk to you from a dietary perspective, right? So really look at your labs, guys. Study them perspective, right? So really look at your labs, guys. Study them, and look at them and see what's low and what's high. And if you need to reach out to me, let's do it because I'm not a dietitian. Low and what's high, And if you need to reach out to me, let's do it. Because, I'm not a dietitian, right? But, I've been around for a long time. I've been doing dialysis off and on for 25 years. So I think maybe I can help you. Well, I know I can help you, right? So I had a client, right? Let's call him Larry, right? Larry was a tough, strong ex-Marine guy, right? But after every dialysis session, he feel like his whole insides was turning. And us Marines, we hate to admit any type of weakness, right? But like, he thought it was just a machine, and the dialysis, and it does what it does, right? But when we looked at his labs, like, here's a crazy combination: low potassium and high phosphorus, like sky high phosphorus. That right there is a combination. That right there is a formula for nausea, right? I know some of us in dialysis, we have high potassium and high phosphorus when we're not eating right. But have you ever heard someone with low potassium and high phosphorus? Yeah, that right there will get you nauseous, get your stomach really, really rumbling, like Martin says, nauseous bubble guts. Like, yeah, that's how you're gonna feel, right? And what it was, right, is he was eating a whole bag of sunflower seeds driving into dialysis without even without eating sunflower seeds before treatment. He would eat a banana, and like one banana ain't gonna kill you guys because you need the potassium. And last, I don't know, it felt like a whole long time ago because I was in the hospital. We did a whole long time ago because I was in the hospital. We did a training on energy, so go check it out. But potassium is energy for your body, guys. But when the doctors and nurses, don't get me wrong, they care about you, they want the best for you. But if they're saying low potassium, low potassium, low potassium, and you're really good about that, right? That's going to create low potassium, and potassium is energy, right? So if you're not getting the potassium your body needs, you're gonna have a lot of energy. And also, as we see, that combined with high phosphorus is gonna cause nausea. Come on, guys, who got some value from that? Put value in the chat if you're learning something. If you're like, wait, I never thought of that. Yeah, you're learning something, guys. Put value in the chat if you're learning something. If you're like, wait, I never thought of that. Yeah, you're learning something, guys. Thanks for being here. All right. So, let me ask you this: or pre-diet routine, right? Because you eat, go into that machine can. Because you eat, go into that machine can and will cause nausea if it's not the right thing. I like to eat a cutie. My wife will make me a breakfast. She'll maybe make me a breakfast sandwich sometimes, but I don't want to overdo it. But I'll eat fruit. I like apples, or cuties, and things like that, and maybe a protein bar, right? And that usually sets me up nice for treatment. Okay, let's go. Number 2. Who's ready for the second reason? Who's ready for the second reason? Me up nice for treatment. Okay, let's go. Number 2. Who's ready for the second reason? Who's ready for the second reason that you're nauseous as a dialysis patient? Right, low blood pressure from fluid removal. Right now, if you're new to dialysis, it really takes a while to really learn your dialysis. It really takes a while to really learn your body and learn your rhythm, right? And what to eat, what not to eat, and things like that. And what your body's telling you, what your body's and things like that. And what your body's telling you, what your body is signaling you, right? So if you ever check this out. If you're on the machine, if you're new, right? A lot of us old heads on dialysis know this already, but I'm speaking to newbies and old heads, right? So, like, sometimes if you're on a machine and you feel lightheaded, right, and you start to feel nauseous, a lot of times that means they're pulling a lot of fluid at a pretty fast rate. Now, the nurses and the techs, we love them. They want the best for us, but they're not in our bodies. They can't feel what we're feeling, right? So they're just setting the machine the way the doctors prescribed them to set the machine. But sometimes it's pulling really quickly, and your body don't like that. Ignore that feeling. When you're feeling that way, just ignore that feeling. When you're feeling that way, just tell it quick. Like, don't be tough guy. Oh, I can handle all this. I can handle it. I ain't gonna tell. Don't be tough guy every day. Hey, nurse or text on. So I'm starting to feel lightheaded and nauseous. Can we ease up a little bit? And they'll be like, sure. Every day, hey, nurse or text on. So I'm starting to feel lightheaded and nauseous. Can we ease up a little bit? And they'll be like, sure. And they'll turn the rate of pull down, right? Because will make you tank. And when your blood pressure tanks, that's with nausea and dizziness. And the worst part is even cramping, right? So a lot of this comes from your dry weight not being correct. And when I say dry weight, that means your body's natural weight without extra fluid on, because our kidneys are designed to remove that fluid builds up, right? So we have to remove that fluid, right? So once that fluid is removed and we feel good, that's our dry weight, meaning the weight we are normally without the excess fluid. But sometimes the techs and the nurses think your dry weight is lower than what it is. So when they attempt to go to that dry weight, they're pulling fluid that you don't have. And that's going to cause a lot of discomfort and nausea, right? So, there would be days, right, but I'm just chilling, right? I'm on a machine, I'm doing some work, I'm on my laptop, doing whatever, all of a sudden, like, whoa, what in the heck just hit me? And then I'll call them over, and what's my blood pressure? Oh, you're below 100. Let's turn you down. Let's slow you down a little bit, right? And then once they do that, the nausea will ease. Come on, guys, y'all with me, right? So I got a question for you. Who's here who's ever been on the machine, felt nauseous, and didn't say anything? Right? Used to be me, tough guy. I'm not gonna say nothing. I can deal with this. Say something, guys, because the techs and nurses, they don't know what you're feeling, right? You have to express it. Now, me, I'm I'm a person who doesn't like to complain about anything. I like to just, the word says, count it all joy when we face diverse temptations, right? And all things work to the good to those who love God. And I'm telling myself these verses. But sometimes you got to ask for help, right? And those verses are good for living life in life situations. But when you're in a medical setting and you're receiving medical treatment, it's very important that you keep the nurses and techs abreast of how you're feeling. And text abreast of how you're feeling. Who giving value, guys? Who giving some value? Let me get some thumbs up and some chat in the chat, some likes, some love bubbles popping up in front of me. All right, guys, we gonna move on. We speeding on through this. All right. So TikTok fam, y'all getting blessed, because I'm not sure I'm live on Facebook. We're gonna have to check out what's going on with our internet connection over here. But let's go, guys. Who's ready for the third reason? Our internet connection over here. But let's go, guys. Who's ready for the third reason? The third reason, or three of many reasons, we just talk about 6 today, that you're nauseous from dialysis, right? You get 3 in the chat. We get some threes. Give me some threes. If you're on replay, you replay 3, right? TikTok, 3 in the chat. 3 in the chat. Let's go, guys. All right. Reason number 3. You have acid buildup and toxin overload, right? What does all that mean? Acid buildup, toxin overload. Yeah, right? Put it this way. You ever skip a treatment? Come on, guys. Keep it real. I know some of y'all on here skipping treatments. I used to skip treatments. Well, I wasn't educated on the importance of dialysis and what it was doing in my life and things like that. Like, you ever skip a treatment? You get a hand in the chat if you ever skipped the treatment. Come on, guys, keep it funky with me, right? Well, that buildup from just one mistreatment, right, can throw your whole stuff out of whack. Your stomach, your gut, your labs, all that can go wild over just missing one treatment, right? But you never really thought of that, right? And like, as you know, your kidneys is what filter in your liver, but your kidneys mainly filter all the stuff when you eat. You filter it out. All the fluid gets filtered out. All this bad stuff goes into you through your kidney, through the filtration system, into your bladder, and then you urinate it out, right? But your kidneys ain't working, guys. If you on this teaching, and if you're doing dialysis, that means your kidneys not working, right? Now just think about it. People with working kidneys have their kidneys in their body their whole, right? 365 days a year, their kidneys are working and filtering. But for us, it's not. So when we go and sit at that machine for 4 hours, that's all the kidney function we're getting, right? That machine is your kidney. And so, right, machine is your kidney. And so, right, you have to have the mindset of, I want to get as much dialysis as I can. I know that's a mind shift for some of us. Some of us who think dialysis is a curse, but it's a blessing because it's keeping you alive, right? And when you miss a treatment, that's 4 hours of kidney function that your body doesn't have. And all that gook just builds up. The BUN, the creatinine, those funny words that you heard when you first started dialysis journey, they start to build up. And what do you think that does? It makes you sick, right? Your gut reacts. It could show in the form of heartburn or indigestion, and yes, nausea, right? So guys, stay consistent with your dialysis schedule, right? I know this is going to sound crazy, but if say you miss a treatment and the nurses or the techs bless you and say, hey, won't you come in for another treatment? You have some fluid on and your numbers are out of whack. Come in for another treatment. Like, don't be the ones to be like, nah, man, dang, I already spent 4 hours here. Nah, man, I ain't coming in for no another treatment. They crazy, man. Oh, man, dang, I already spent 4 hours here. Nah, man, I ain't coming in for no another treatment. They crazy, man. I'm going home, man. I ain't sitting in for no whole another treatment. That's the wrong attitude, guys. That was me. I can tell you that was me, right? Until I realized that the dialysis is a blessing. Treatment, guys. Don't miss treatment. And if they tell you they have an extra treatment for you, offer you extra treatment, you say yes, please, and thank you, right? I did home hemo for about a year, some change, right? And for those of you who are on home hemo or interested in home hemo, know that it's a lot of work, right? It's like another job. It's like a second job, right? And one of the things that, you have to do is you have to take your own labs and do all that, right? But I had my home dialysis nurse. So my wife was my caretaker, thank God. But I had a nurse too. And she really broke down to me, like, how the toxins that you have in your body build up for treatment, and how the dialysis cleans them up, right? I was going to get on the board, but we almost a half hour, and I got more reasons, so I'm just going to explain it to you. Like, if we almost a half hour, and I got more reasons, so I'm just going to explain it to you. Like, if this is the amount of this is your, let's say, your tank, your clean kidney tank, a clean life tank, right? And it's clean. And this is dialysis. This is food and everything all the week. And then you go to dialysis and it gets about right here. And then you eat and then it gets about right here. So if you can get an extra treatment, you can clean your levels up to here. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you guys, right? But like she drew it on the board, right? And maybe one of these days we'll do that. We'll do a lesson on that. But like just skipping one session can throw your whole body out of whack, and your whole body has to regain the momentum of cleaning itself, right? So quick recap: 6 reasons. First reason, poor nourishment and electrolyte imbalance for those of us who are joining late. Reason 2, low blood pressure from fluid removal, right? Reason 3, acid buildup and toxic overload. You got too much gook in your body from not getting enough dialysis, right? All right, reason 4. We blowing through, guys, half hour in already. All right, who's ready for 4? Put a 4 in the chat. All right, let's go. Number 4, like your anxiety and your emotional triggers. Guys, nausea, like your anxiety and your emotional triggers. Guys, nausea isn't just physical, right? What? Yeah, it can be caused a lot by your emotional state, right? You know, and it shows up in your stomach, right? Stress and anxiety. Here's something for you that you probably didn't know. Stress and anxiety release cortisol in your gut, right? Like if you're getting ready to go to treatment and you're dreading it, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I gotta go do this again. And you feel with fear and all that stuff, your body will react to that before you even start dialysis, right? Did anybody ever experience that? Like you're not looking for dialysis and you just start dreading. It's like when people have to speak in front of people and they're never spoken in front of anybody. And they just get so scared and nervous that right before they go throw up. You see what I'm saying? So your emotions can affect nervous that right before they go throw up. You see what I'm saying? So your emotions can affect your gut as well. That makes sense, guys? Right? So if this is you and you get nausea before dialysis just because you really don't want to go, right? Try breathing exercises and prayer, of course. This is the faith channel. Prayer, of course. Listen to worship music, right? Let him, give it all to him, right? The word tells us that we don't fear anything, right? I do not give you a spirit of fear. I give you a spirit of love and power and of a sound mind, right? So recite verses, listen to worship music, right? Create a calm ritual that relaxes your body before you even go in that place, right? So it reminds me, I had a client, her name was Lucy, right? Let's call her Lucy, they ain't a real name. Not like I could put anybody's business out here, right? Right. Every time she pulled up to the center, her stomach started churning. Like, only because she was so fearful what was going to happen. She was new to dialysis and she just didn't understand what's going on in her life, right? She wasn't even hooked up yet. Turns out the thought of treatment made her anxious, right? So we worked on a pre-treatment routine. Read scripture, breath work, like worship songs that spoke to her. And it wasn't overnight. Don't get me wrong, it's not simply snap your fingers. But in a few weeks, she said, I can't remember the last time I got sick before treatment, right? And it wasn't medicine, it was peace. Come on, guys. Y'all learning something? Your mindset's getting shifted a little bit here. Are we rolling, guys? We rolling. Our reason 5. Now this one, it took me a long time to understand. And I didn't even realize it. I don't know if I hadn't been on dialysis for 25 years and experienced everything, if I'd even know about this reason, right? But a sneaky reason. Reason number 5. 5 in the chat, whoever's with me. TikTok, where y'all at? Replay team, Facebook, where y'all at? Let's go. Like, you're hot and you don't even know it, right? Anybody ever experienced that, right? You'll get sick and you don't even know why. I'm gonna tell you why. Look out for it next time. You're hot, like it's like hot. Yeah, that kind of hot, right? Like sometimes I start feeling nauseous and I'm like, man, what is this? Like, why am I sick? I don't even know why. Then I realize, it was hot in here. Like the room's stuffy and I'm sweating and I didn't even notice it, right? That's that sneaky nausea right there, right? It might not even feel like nausea. It just feels like a sickness. Like the human body is so amazing. Like it'll talk to us in a lot of different ways, right? So dialysis can mess with your internal thermometer. You might not even, you might not feel hot, right? But your body is reacting. overheating can trigger nausea fast, especially in the summer, right? And especially out here in AZ where we are. Like, I don't know where y'all watching from. Put in the chat where y'all watching from and if it's hot out there. I know the East Coast had a hot heat wave, and they were like, it's 90 degrees. I can't take it. I'm like, what? It was 117 here. And I think my mom told me that, but then she was like, it's the humidity. I was like, oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If it's 90 degrees and super humid, that can be very uncomfortable, right? But out in AZ, well, it's 98 right now, right? What is it? 630? 98 right now. But it was 117 last week. You ain't felt heat till you felt 117 degree heat. Like, it's crazy. When it starts getting that hot, you live in this climate, you can feel a difference. Like, you can feel the difference between 103 and 117. Like, 103 is like, man, it's hot. But I'm going to drag through this. Like, 117 is like, I got to get inside quick before I die. Like, it'll drink. Like, you'll start sweating. You'll start walking and drinking. Like, I'm not even doing that. And I'm almost dead. Right? So, and with dialysis patients, like I said, like, our internal thermometer is all the way off. So you have to be super, super careful with that, right? So just be cognizant of the temperature. If you have an Apple Watch, you can put the temperature on that. If you have thermostats in your house, or just look on your phone, it'll tell you how hot it is, right? And even if you don't feel hot, if you're just constantly sitting there and it's in the 80s or something and you're inside, you might want to do something about that, right? So have fans, sip cold water, ice cold water, chew on ice. Come on, kidney dialysis warriors, y'all know about the ice chewing thing, right? Get a cold towel, right? Don't wait until you're sick to cool down. Now, we don't have these problems in the clinic. I know that because the clinic be freezing, right? And don't make the mistake, too, because it be so cold in the clinic, right? And you go outside, and you're like, oh, this heat feels so good. I do that. But it be feeling good, but it be 119 degrees or whatever, something crazy. And you be like, it feel good, but your body's like, no, it don't feel good. You burn it up, but you don't really feel it. Because, again, dialysis warriors, our internal thermometer is thrown off. That's just a secret side effect of dialysis that many people don't talk to you about. And that's why I'm here, guys. That's what you need me for. I know all these little secret things that the doctors don't even know. Your doctor would not be able to tell you that your internal thermostat is thrown off through dialysis. Just this little piece of insight for you, right? So yeah, so like I said, like out here, sometimes I'll be so hot and I don't even realize it till I'm getting woozy, right? And so after treatment, it's really crazy. If you could be super hot and you just had treatment, your blood pressure is low, maybe they took too much off you, you gotta be proactive. Don't run out the door as soon as the treatment. So hop up and run out because you're so excited you're off the machine. Sit there for a little bit. You know what I mean? Just let your body acclimate. Let your blood pressure stabilize. Especially if you're driving, right? And don't rush out of there, guys. You know what I mean? Like, sit there and pray and let the spirit move you in and you know, make decisions based on the spirit, right? All right, guys. All right, reason 6, right? And this is a sneaky one too. This is a really sneaky one because the first 4 things I would say are things that you can be super aware of and control. But like the heat thing, you might not feel hot. And reason 6 is another one. So who's ready for reason 6? Can I get a 6 in the chat? Team replay, give me a 6. Right? All right, so like your medication side effects. Yeah, that's sneaky, right? You ever start taking a new med and your stomach starts feeling like, what is that? It might not be dialysis, it might be the pills. I remember when I first started taking Sensipar. Anybody here take Sensipar? The medication to control your PTH, right? That medicine just did all types of crazy things in my stomach. And then I found out that you got to take it with food. I'm like, wait, that don't make no sense. I'm taking it on an empty stomach, and my stomach is flipping out. I'm supposed to take it with food? Yeah. So be cognizant of your meds. Read the labels. Take them as prescribed, right? I just had a funny thought. Well, when I was a kid, my mom, she would get a doctor's prescription or something like that, right? And it would be like, take 2 hours before eating and an hour after and some crazy thing. Instructions. And my pops was like, Viv, you do everything the thing say? If the prescription said take a pill and run around the block, you take a pill and run around the block. And I think that stuck with me. And like subconsciously, I would be like, I ain't doing what this pill bottle say. But you got to do what the pill bottle says. Like some blood pressure meds, like antibiotics and phosphorus binders and all that stuff, and even our iron supplements can cause nausea, right? And if you're already sensitive from dialysis, it'll hit you harder. So read your medication labels. Like, ask your care team, ask your doctor who prescribed the meds what the side effects are. Like, guys, the docs, like, we got to use them. And the docs, I know I give them a hard time for not being able to transform our lives, but, you know, this is their wheelhouse, you know, like side effects and stuff like that. Like use the docs for that. Like if you know, and if nausea is listed, don't wait until you get nauseous to tell a doctor. Like ask for Zofran. Man, you heard of Zofran, right? That's a magic med, right? It's an anti-nausea med, right? So you take it before you get, it'll help you stop you from getting sick. When I was just in this hospital this the last time with my toe infection, as you know, they did the cultures. As you know, cultures is they take your blood and they let it sit for a few days to see what particular bacteria grows. And early in the culture process, there was a bacteria that grew. I don't remember the name of it. Don't get me to lying. But they said this particular antibiotic would kill it. So they gave it to me. So I have what's called a tack line. I'll let y'all see it. What the heck? It's called a tack line, right? So this is different than a dialysis catheter. It's a tack line, meaning this they can use to put medications in you, right? Because I'm at home and I'm getting IV meds. My wife gives me IV meds at home. I have this tack line, but I digress. But in the hospital, they were using it, and they put the medication in there, and oh my God, my stomach started flipping. I said, stop. I didn't throw up, but the next 2 times they gave it to me, I asked for Zofran. Now here's the thing. They didn't offer it. Come on, guys. You have to advocate for yourself. You have to have someone who can guide you through this dialysis process and let you know about things that dialysis doctors or nurses or techs won't advise. That's why I'm here. That's why God put me here. God put me here to walk you through this journey, right? So if you're ever in a position where you're feeling nauseous or if a medication makes you nauseous, ask for Zofran. That's Zofran, Zofran, right? So that's what happened to me in the hospital, and I knew right away to take that Zofran. And the next 2 times I'm no longer on that antibiotic, thank God. But now I don't have to get Zofran before the antibiotic. Come on, guys. Who got some value from all this? Hope y'all got some value from this, guys. All right. So let's recap. Let's recap it. Right. The 6 reasons you keep feeling nauseous on dialysis and what to do about it. 1, poor nourishment and electrolyte imbalance. Check your diet, guys. Check your numbers. Number 2, low blood pressure from fluid removal, right? You're on a machine, they're removing fluid. Sometimes they do it faster than your body likes. Make sure you speak up for yourself. Number 3, acid buildup and toxin overload. Don't miss treatment, guys. Make sure you're at the treatment. If they offer you extra treatments, take them. Number 4, anxiety and emotional triggers. If you're fearful of this machine and you're looking at it as a burden rather than a blessing, and you're scared and you're anxious and you're depressed going into the machine, right? Get in the word and reverse that. That can make you nauseous, right? Number 5, you're overheated and you don't realize it. Be cognizant of the temperature of the room you're in and the temperature you're feeling. And even if you don't feel hot, if you feel nauseous out of nowhere, it might be that, all right? And then your medication side effects, guys. Zofran. Ask for Zofran. Make sure you read the labels and talk to the docs about your nausea. Let's go. All right, guys. We're going to wrap this up. And then again, Facebook. If you're watching me on Facebook, it's most likely on the replay. I'm going to have to check my internet connectivity. But I appreciate you guys staying loyal. And again, I appreciate you guys' prayers, right? So before we wrap up, this is what I'm going to say. And I say this at the end of every live because this is what I feel that God has called me to do, right? So let's ask what I feel that God has called me to do, right? So let's ask us, right? And you find yourself shaking your head like, yeah, that's me. I feel like I'm going through that, right? Then don't let this moment pass, right? God put me in front of you for a reason, right? You deserve to feel better. You don't deserve like miserable dialysis treatments. I talk about it being a blessing. It has to feel like one, right? And more than anything, you deserve a plan that works for you, a plan for your particular dialysis journey, right? And I want to help you craft that plan. I want to craft that plan with you, right? So if you're ready to stop suffering in silence and take your next step towards healing, wholeness, and feeling like yourself again, comment thrive. Comment thrive in the chat or DM me. Let me know, like, listen, Troy, I really felt what you were talking about in the live. Thanks for doing that. I want to talk to you, brother, because I need some help navigating this dialysis journey. You know, I'm nauseous all the time. I don't have energy, or I just come to dialysis dragging like I really don't want to be here, right? Let's talk. We can map out what's really going on, and we could design a strategy built around your specific body, your specific schedule, and your specific lifestyle, right? The doctors can only do so much. The doctors, they'll keep you alive, but they won't transform your life. For one, guys, I know you felt that. Like, we're walking through together with prayer, faith, and accountability, right? And this isn't just hype me on the screen, hyping you up. It's about healing, holistic healing, right? Our system is called Hospinetics, right? And it's a holistic healing system, right? We work on everything in your life, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all that stuff, guys, right? So if you're tired of being tired, sick of being sick, if you want someone who can really help you, this is your time right now. TikTok, click the link. Facebook, DM me, comment, thrive, right? You don't have to be tired all the time. You don't have to be sick all the time. I repeat, you don't have to be tired and sick all the time. Sick and tired and sick. God sent someone to help you, and I'm right here, right? If you're suffering, grab a hold, send a DM, send a chat, click the link, all that, right? If you got value from this, guys, put value in the chat, and I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm so excited to be back in front of you and getting this momentum back up, guys, and helping you, right? Stay strong, dialysis disciples. See you in the next one.
Facebook didn't even get on. We weren't even on, and TikTok was good. You heard?
Mm-hmm.